One of the indie gems you should get is Vampire Survivors. It is currently $5 on Steam in Europe, and that would make up to like what, $6 in America. And we're gonna have a look at Vampire Survivors today. It is a game that has stirred up quite a bit of attention lately. I've been playing it on the sidelines, you know, every now and then in queue times whenever I play League of Legends and stuff. But today we're gonna have a look at a just very basic playthrough, and I'm gonna try to explain what I can. So, first of all, there's a lot of different characters. You start with Antonio, Imelda, and Pasquilla, and Gennaro, and maybe even Arca. And then you start unlocking different characters as you go through the maps. There will be little tomes or little things that you pick up. And then eventually you can fill out your collection with items, with characters, and so on and so forth. Then there are the power-ups, of which, I've gotten most of them, except the Curse and Omni, which both increase the difficulty of the game. I obviously had those specs, but we are going to go through this so I can explain to you in the most easy and simple way. Now, this game is a wave-based survival game where, especially in this one, you just walk around. Now, there's a lot of games like this. Brotato is another one that I'm going to show you pretty soon, and it's also one that has been stirring up quite a bit of attention lately. And I kind of just wanted to cover it because I want to have the video on my channel and I want it to be covered, although, you know, you can say that there's already a lot of people covering these, so they're not like super hidden, but they're also not super pop culture. So yeah, there are different kind of builds that you can go, and we're going to go for a Porta build, right? So we're gonna go for Porta, and he permanent plus 30 area. That is all he does, right? He doesn't do anything crazy. He doesn't have any complicated effects. His weapon is simple. It is a lightning ring that has lightning strike randomly over the battlefield. And he starts out, because that lightning ring can be very weak as the only weapon. We can stack a lot of weapons here though. He starts with temporary cooldown bonus, and that'll change, right? There are some crazy things that you can do with him, but we are going to go to the inlaid library here, and we will go for everything normal, music normal. We will disable Arcanas. They're kind of cards, and they're a little bit complicated, little bonus stuff, but we're just going to jump in like this, and we're just going to get started. So, first of all, let's turn on the music, yeah? Because the music is fire. Alright, so, in the beginning, he is quite unbalanced. Ooh, we are already starting out with not necessarily something that I would like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Banish. Now, these buttons you get during your leveling up, so if you start out the game, you will not get that. Actually, no, never mind. We're going to go for the axe. And this game is all about building super broken weapon combos. You don't fire the projectiles, so all you do is move. However, Fire Wand. Yes, we'll take that. However, what you can do in this game is you can build up really, really strong combos of support items and weapons, and those will together create a really, really ridiculous power level. So we could increase the base damage. I'm going to go for more axes here. Again, I already have increased projectiles through my runes, or through my meta progression, right, is what you call it in these games. And that is a term from roguelikes, and it basically says that between each run, you get, or from the run, you get certain currencies, and those you can invest into powering up the next run and the run after, and pretty much every run from that point on. All right, so here we have the lightning ring. We also have garlic, and I'm going to showcase you garlic because garlic is probably one of the best starter weapons once you can get that one. It'll take some time to unlock it, but once you can get it, you will be able to use it. So here, Candelabrador, this is also something that we are looking for, as it'll increase our area of effect as well. And we are pretty much stacking everything that has and can use area of effect with stacking some additional bonus stuff. But the great thing about garlic is it creates this little circle here around us, yeah? And this little circle pretty much makes us invulnerable. Okay, here we've reached a point where I don't really want to get any of these. So I'm going to just banish something. The banishment process will just lead to me not having to pick anything up. That is my goal here. So we're starting out with the library because this is probably the first level that you will beat. It is the most easy level to complete in my opinion. As here we get center water, which is very good. We definitely want center water. And my little strategy is to collect all the weapons and support packs that I want as quickly as possible while leveling up garlic whenever I can. Because garlic is going to do a lot for my survivability. As here we get the spinach, which is very nice for us. As we do want the spinach. It empowers our... I mean, you saw it there with the Evo. It empowers our fire staff. Makes that one a different weapon. And the way that works is that you can combine, basically, or you can evolve your fire wand once it is maximum level. So right now we see the levels of our spells, of our weapons. We see them up here. So I've put 2 points into my axe. The first point is always just having it equipped, by the way. And so we can put different amounts of points into different weapons, and once they hit full, we will get the option to evolve them if we get another upgrade for them, kind of, right? So the way that we want to do that is that we want to level up our weapons, but we also want to do a little bit of prioritization. So garlic, definitely a very, very big one. Yeah, I would say my main priority here to get. It has a support upgrade that isn't the craziest. It gives us base health regen. So it is pretty decent, but it isn't super crazy. But it evolves the garlic, and garlic is super strong, especially with the area of effect, as obviously garlic's area of effect is very, very important. That is also why we're taking the center water, because that one synergizes with a with an orb. It's called a tracked orb, with an item that will help us out with that, right? So we have the spinach. We could level up the spinach, but again, we don't necessarily want that. But what we can do here is we can go for the fire wand, because we've already put some points into that, and getting the evolve of the fire wand early on can be super, super big. So the different weapons we have is, I mean, most of them are pretty self-explanatory. So we have the axes, right? Which, I mean, you see what the axes are. And then we have the center water, which is this like little blue thingamabobs. These little grounds, and you can kind of use them as grounds for safety as well to stand in. So here we get the duplicator, or we get the Pumarola. Both of them are really good. The duplicator would give us much more strength right now, but I really want to get the Pumarola. I need to get the Pumarola because I want to guarantee a early garlic evolve. Because that guarantees the run, pretty much. And you want to survive. You want to survive these different waves, and you have different enemies coming at you. And this is a really weird thing. I'm going to banish the Gatiamari, I think. No, actually. No, I will. We will banish it. I could have also picked up the lightning ring, which in hindsight probably would have been better, but it is totally fine. So the important mechanic about this game is, first of all, you have to kind of understand what is what. A character gets lucky as good, but I don't know. I'm gonna reroll. Ooh, we get an attract orb. Attract orb is pretty nice. Attract orb just gives us these little gems quicker, and these little gems are XP, experience points, right? They make us level up, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so the targeting is a little finicky, and you have to understand it. You have to kind of try to figure out how it works in this game. So some spells are pretty self-explanatory, right? But for example, the center water is random. The lightning hits random enemies, and the axes just come out in a randomized pattern above the character and then fall down, right? And the fire thingamabobs, they randomly target enemies, but they still target them. So they don't just like fly out to nowhere. There is also something that is pretty good that gives us cooldown reduction. The empty tome here, right? And this one synergizes with another weapon that is generally not the strongest, but is a pretty good replacement early on for the garlic, which is the staff. It is a light blue staff. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it is pretty good. We can figure that out though. It is this one here, right? So I can show it to you at least. It's this one, and that one synergizes very well. It's pretty good to get you through the early game. So center water upgrade or garlic upgrade. I'm going to take the garlic upgrade every single time, as the garlic upgrade is super, super good. So here we have chests. These drop from bosses, and I've not picked that one up. We got that from the previous boss. You can hit it, and there are different levels of chests that you can get. This one was a normal chest. Normal rarity, we just get 1 upgrade. There are some which can give you up to 5 upgrades, but 3 is the rare, and then legendary is the 5 one. Here we have garlic. This is the magic one. This is what I was talking about. We're not going to go for this one though. We are going to go for the garlic, however. And we're going to deal some damage here, as this is another boss. Alright, come on. There we go. And we're going to pick up this chest as well. And the next chest we are going to leave on the floor from now on. Ooh, we've been pretty lucky with the upgrades. We have a lot of weapon upgrades already, which means we are dealing a lot of damage here. And obviously the increased area of effect works out great with most of our attacks, which is why we are going for what we're going for. And another reason against the magic wand on this build, as the magic wand is really good with extra projectiles and stuff like that. So yeah, fires 1 more projectile, definitely very, very good, as we have our lightning ring upgraded pretty soon already. But we need the projectile duplicator, I think, or duplicator ring, in order to upgrade that one, and we don't have that one in our inventory yet. So we need to still pick that one up. We want to level up, we want to get it. We haven't gotten it yet. We have a lot of upgrades for the fire wand, and the fire wand we already have spinach for, which is how you upgrade that one. So that is something that we can get early on. And obviously this game being randomized, it's always a little bit of a, you know, you have to kind of make do with what you get. Not every run is going to be good. This run is good enough for me to be confident that unless I make really big mistakes, we're going to get through this very easily. These little red ghosts, they don't survive very long on the screen, but they are very, very dangerous. You have to be a little bit careful with them. They explode on contact. They run at you, just run away from them, and you will usually be fine. As, yeah, right now XP is going to be a little bit slow, as there's not a lot of enemies, and the enemies that are on the screen are pretty tanky. There are also little random items that you can destroy, right? Like vases, or in this case, chandeliers. It is different for each map. On this one, it's chandeliers, and they can give us different items that empower us or that just help us out. We're going to reroll here, and we will take the lightning ring, I think. We're going to take the fire. We're going to take the fire stuff just because we know that we have fire stuff support item already, so we can upgrade that one as soon as we get the maximum level. The next boss will, as far as I remember, the next boss will be able to drop these upgrades. The first couple bosses do not. We're talking about the chests here. And so the goal here is to get to the max level of our weapons. Then pick up the support item that combos with them. And then pick up a chest from a boss. because only chests can contain the upgrades for your, or the transforms for your weapon. The upgrades for your weapons you get from XP, but the transforms are only available from the boss chests. You can already see that we are dealing not so much damage on the garlic, as we haven't upgraded the garlic super much. We haven't upgraded our damage a lot. We have been mostly getting a lot of different weapon upgrades, which means we don't have one super strong weapon, but when it all comes together, it does a lot of damage. And here, the lightning ring now maxed out. Fires one more projectile, which is very good, as the lightning ring, as you can see, does a lot of damage already. And yeah, I really want the support upgrade for it. So I'm probably actually not going to pick up this boss's loot chest here, which means I'm not going to prioritize dealing with him, as we wouldn't be able to draw the lightning ring upgrade. They're semi-guaranteed once you slay the boss, which is good, the upgrades. You don't always get them, but it's pretty likely. Here we are now at Fire Wand level 7. We need one more upgrade. One more upgrade for the Fire Wand, and then we can worry about the boss. We also have little indicators on the map. Now, you could rush towards there. However, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to wait and fill out all my slots, right? So we can have 6 weapons, 6 support items here. And I'm going to fill out these slots and then pick up the other items that are on the map, as we can get over 6, in this case 8, different support items here. So Fire Wand level 8. We've gotten it. Unfortunately, the boss only dropped a red gem, didn't drop a chest. Means we will not be able to pick up our upgrade from that boss, as he didn't drop a chest. As yeah, we are kind of reliant on our ring and our fireballs, which means we have to be a little bit more careful. Here, garlic, very good. The base damage up is also very good from the spinach, but the upgrade, the flat upgrade for the spinach is always my priority. Teragasu is pretty nice. It revives you, obviously, but we already have revives, so that's fine. We're going to banish probably the cross. I should have upgraded the axe, actually. I didn't realize that we had an axe upgrade. Again, these little tools that you see there, skip, reroll, and so on, they help us make the run a little bit more suited to our needs. Which means that in the lower levels, whenever you don't have this, you will just have to play a little bit more opportunistic, take what you have and make the best out of that. And try to use what you find instead of using what you want. But you can still force builds in this one. It's not like Brotato, where it's super unlikely. You can pretty much force most of the time. So Senna Water is a decent upgrade, but our axe is much closer to evolve here. So we are going to go for that. Eventually we are going to upgrade all of the weapons if we can. It's definitely the goal. Okay, we can deal a little bit of extra damage here to the boss. We have one upgrade that we could acquire right now. I would love to get more. Again, axe, very good. Gonna get more upgrades for that. I think it's level 7 now, which means we're gonna only need one more level to pick that up. Again, you can see that I'm not prioritizing the boss. The boss will stay around anyhow. So we can, take our time, as we will. I'm moving around the chests here in order to not pick that one up, as the axe is now level 7. Which means we will have to pick one more up, and then we could get an axe evolve as well, as the Chandelier Labrador will upgrade our axe. So we already have that. That's very good. I'm still looking for the ring. Okay, here is an item. This is special. This item attracts all the XP that was dropped on the level that you didn't pick up, which is pretty nice. Cherry Bomb. Those are pretty decent, but they don't have any evolve as far as I know, so I'm not going to go for them. The damage. Yeah, you can see that the things are starting to get so tanky that we have trouble clearing them. That is something that will happen, and you have to kind of figure out how to deal with that, as the fireballs, yeah, once they come out, they can one-shot everything, pretty much. Garlic now, level 6. Getting garlic upgrade would be amazing. Absolutely delish. Alright. Yeah, so our damage is good, but... Goodness me. These things start to be very, very tanky. Yeah, you can see how the waves switch. Once you get a little bit more experience, you also get kind of a roadmap of what comes when. Ooh, level 7 on the garlic. Very good. Again, the more slots for the upgrades that I sometimes get, where I get 4 potential upgrades to choose from. That is also a rune. We will pick up a lot. Yes, garlic level 8. Now I'm going to pick up the chests. And we will see what we get. Come on. Hit me with it. Yes, we got the garlic upgrade. Okay, so the garlic upgrade. It goes as this. Evolve garlic. Steel's hearts. Power increase. Are you serious? Bro. I can't... Can I not read on the effect at least? No, I can't. Okay, well, so what it does is obviously the area of effect is really, really high now. And it deals a lot of damage dependent on our regeneration as well. And obviously it has lifesteal now, which means we can get some HP from killing things, which is very, very big. That helps a lot out with sustain. And since we have a lot of scaling, now we get the duplicator, which is super big. Since we have a lot of scaling for our area of effect, this is going to be super helpful. Super, super tasty. Alright. Another red gem. Red gems are more potent XP stones, kind of. So here, there's a boss. We can position ourselves with our weapon. We can position ourselves right below him, so all the axes hit him. That helps us deal a lot of damage. As now, I wouldn't need the fire to eventually hit him, though. Alright, there we go. Alright. Give me something. Yes! So here we got the upgrade for our lightning ring, which now is called Thunder Loop, and it basically just makes lightning strike twice. I know. Lightning doesn't... But it's super potent. Very, very good. Oh my god. Yeah, we're starting to get to that level 40 mark where you start to need a lot of XP. But don't worry, we'll get there. Again, Terragasu, don't want it. Stone Mask, don't want it. Gender Labrador, we can upgrade. So we will take that. Even more area of effect, which is really good for most of our spells. Again, once we start scaling the holy water as well, we are going to do very, very well. Alright, so this is a more spammy wave, which has much more enemies. Very good. This is where we start leveling up much quicker. Hollow Heart, don't want it. Clocklands, don't want it. Spinach is very good as it will help us dish out more damage with everything, right? So that would be the garlic, that would be everything, pretty much. And it's very good. So here we picked up another item, which is, it looks like a little stopwatch. And what it does is it means that you freeze everything on the screen as you can deal a little bit more damage to the enemies. It's not the craziest item, but it is pretty decent. I really hope that we can find chili. Okay, we got the upgrade here for the X. It's now a death spiral. And it just deals more damage and doesn't stop on enemies, right? So it passes through them, kind of flies around in this little circle, and works very well with what we have here. So I am still optimally looking for a King Bible. Let's see. So we have... Okay, we could still get an upgrade here for the Fire Wand. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Spinach again. We're starting to struggle a little bit on weapon upgrades. This is something that, if this happens earlier to you, that you end up just getting all kinds of random stuff that isn't what you want, then sometimes the run will just you know, it's just a restart. The run will be a little bit rough. But the later on you go, the more tools you get to secure that. So, King Bible. There we go. Let me refresh my memory real quick on what we need. We actually we actually passed up on that earlier on. Did we ban it? Oh my god, please don't tell me I banned it. It happened to me once that I banned an item that I needed because I usually don't take it. Okay, I don't know. Gonna have to see. No, we didn't. Good. So here, yeah, we're getting a lot of XP. The armor would have been cute, but no. Chandra Labrador is not the most important. Attractorp is pretty good actually at this point. But I'm going to go for the spinach for even more base damage. As now we have these Bibles rotating around the character and dealing damage to the enemies, which is very good. Helps us out quite well, and it works pretty decently with the upgrades that we have. As here, again, we're going to go for weapon upgrades as much as we can. King Bible once again, but Center Water is a little bit more of a focus for me as I want to upgrade that one pretty soon. The Pumarola I'm going to go for pretty much last because it does the least amount of work for you. King Bible level 4. It's pretty good. Alright. Let's open this up. Yes, we got the Fire Wand Evolve, which means that we are going to have these huge magma orbs coming out. And as you can see, this game is about getting insanely OP. At a certain point, you just you're just the unstoppable force. And it's very, very fun. It's kind of a weird like game that I love to play whenever I'm super tired, but I still need to wait for my videos to render out or whatever, and I just can't play anything else. Or I have a couple minutes left, like 30 minutes left on a task that I still need to do, but the task has a lot of waiting involved. Spellbinder. There we go. This is very nice. As the Spellbinder generally doesn't work super well with our combo here, right? As a support item itself, which means we're not going to upgrade it very early. But since we got it, we are now able to get the upgrade for the King Bible. Or the evolution, I should say. As we do want to pick up as much XP as possible. We have Center Water approaching max level, which is very nice. You start to see different colors of gems here as well on the floor. The green ones, again, more potent than the blue ones. I mean, you start dropping them pretty early on, but they do give you a little bit more XP. And there's always this little seesaw effect with you getting no XP, right? The enemies getting tankier and you getting less XP. And then eventually you get swarmed again. And so what we picked up there is an item that makes us have a gold rush, which I think it transforms all the XP drops into gold. And this one helps us with our meta progression. For me, it's not the biggest focus, but the best thing you can do here is just play aggressive and try to, whenever you see that item, try to pick it up as late as possible. Is kind of the idea. As yeah, we are just vacuuming up, doing little rumba mode, and vacuum up all the EXP. King Bible upgrade to level 5, pretty decent. And yeah, you can see that there's a lot going on the screen. A lot of chaos. Looks very fancy, but the game is incredibly addictive. You would not believe how addictive this game is by just watching it. Like, trust me, it's $5. Go pick it up, play it a couple of rounds, and you will find out how incredibly addicting it is. There we have another boss, by the way. That is now the witch. So yeah, I'm going to pick up more XP. We're starting to coat the area in holy water as well, which is very nice. So our witch should be starting to be pretty low on health here. Yeah, the bosses, they are rather tanky. nowadays. Actually, we can start moving over as well to unlucky. I'm going to take the attractor up here. We can also start picking up the books and stuff. I'm gonna get myself this first. And actually we can't get it. Oh yeah, we can. We got the max level. So standard water. Now whenever it drops, it tracks towards me. And the reason we are going for this is because later on, if we have to deal with really strong enemies, it moves towards us, and we have these like 3 effects that are basically layered into us, and they deal damage to everything that is close to us, which is obviously the safest way to do it, right? Because that way we don't really want to kill. Later on, the thing that you're scared of is things slipping through. And with this build, we don't really have to be scared of this. We can pretty much stand still at this point if we wanted to. And we would then pick up a good amount of XP that way. I'm going to walk around. Let's take the Candelabrador, as we can use the area of effect, especially with an upgraded holy water. Super good. Yeah, the holy water starts dropping around you as well. You can see that, right? So now it starts to become a little bit more predictable. And you can deal with bosses a little bit more efficiently. As we are going to need a couple more upgrades here for the King Bible, I believe. Yeah, 1 more. And then we have all our weapons evolved. And then at that point, we just have the support items that we need to evolve, which is pretty good. Again, this guy we don't want to take down until we have that final level to the King Bible. So I'm going to just walk away from him. He will die to just all the random shizzle getting spammed. Oh yeah, if you leave the bosses too far behind, they're going to basically spawn again on the edge of your screen. That's kind of how it works. And so you don't have to be scared of leaving it behind. You don't have to be scared of much, to be honest. As we're pretty close to the binder now. And just in case that we don't end up seeing it, but over here, you see an item. This is the chili. And, I mean, it doesn't look like one, but it is chili. And what chili does is that chili helps you out massively with clearing little monsters. If you get it really early, it's really, really strong. If we get it at this point, it doesn't really matter anymore because we are melting everything on the screen anyhow. As again, we don't want to pick that up until we get the King Bible upgrade. So I'm gonna grab it. And King Bible, level 8. Perfect. Yep, there we go. All of the upgrades, just double checking. Alright, and there we go. Bada boom, bada bam. This is a legendary one. So we're gonna drop 5 upgrades on this. And a little bit late. And this is the dopamine hit, right? This is where the dopamine hits. We get the upgrade for the King Bible, we get the Spellbinder, and we get a lot of Pumarolas, which are gonna help out a bunch. But the main thing here is the King Bible. Now you can see that the Garlic and the King Bible, they have a lot of synergy together. As you can see, they are really, really good. And because obviously we have the increased spell effects, we also get more and more King Bibles basically orbiting around us. As we are getting pretty close here to the upgrade that we wanted to get. It's really important to me to show this to you because it's a kind of a mechanic that is a little bit more advanced. Took me a while to figure that out. And is a really good tip. And this one is that we can pick up these upgrades that are on the map after we pick up all of our upgrades, right? And now we can get the Empty Tome, which means we can now level up the Empty Tome. And the Empty Tome is pretty nice because it gives us cooldown reduction, I believe. Yes. So that's going to mean more lightning strikes, and it is very, very good. And this is also why I personally love this level. I'm going to go for it whenever I can, wherever I see it, because it is just absolutely bonkers. And we're going to go for this. We're going to go for this because we want to be able to... Ooh, another boss. At this point, We don't really care. I'm going to right click to make it faster, because we don't really care about the items that we get at this point. All right, so here we're leveling up a lot. And we are pretty much maxed out now. It's just the Spellbinder, so one more level. And so from now on, we can make a decision. We will, every level, we will get the choice between HP or money. Now, money obviously will help us in the long run, where HP will help us in the run, in that moment. So if you're feeling, you know, that you might struggle a little bit, or you want to push as far as you can, then you might want to go for the whatchamacallit. Might want to go for the healing, otherwise go for the money, because the money is very good. And here we get the choice. We can go for always. This is a pretty recent upgrade, and that means that you will never get this choice again. So you have to be a little bit careful with it, but you will never get this choice again. It'll just automatically, as you level up, proc it, which is great, because that way you don't have to worry anymore. We have a lot of money, but, you know, whatever. You can never have enough money, I guess. Says the 82 subscriber guy now. So, but yeah, it is absolutely huge. Obviously, on this channel there's 0, but on my main channel there is 82. So, yeah. But we get another gold rush. Oh, these are super rare. You usually get like 1 maximum. We get a lot here. This is super, super big. Again, we don't need money that much. I think the best rush I had was like 4,000 or something. Or 2,000. I don't know. You can get a lot of money off of these, depending on when you get them. But you can see how we just eat through everything on the screen right now. Absolutely huge. As you can see the death number right above the, or right below the leveling, right? Completely to the right, there's the coins. Then we have the death number, and then there's the time. You can kind of see it. And at this point, we are pretty much full build. You know, we have acquired everything there is to get on this plane of existence. And we are just running around and one-tapping things, and we're looking how far we can get. Now, at a certain point, there is going to be a surprise for us that will blow us up. Yeah, see, we walked over that chest, and it immediately procced the money. 300, 300. As we are just... Oh my god, dude. We're just deleting everything, by the way. Like, even the... So, do you see these skulls on the side? Those are reasonably scary, actually. But, yeah. They are not to us. So here, this is a boss. I'm gonna keep that boss in the maximum damage of... In the maximum damage zone, right? And as you can see, we can just melt them. 500 over to us into our bank account. Once again, 6,000 coins as we stand. As we're gonna make a lot of money out of this run, and we can't really use it anymore. But, you know, it is what it is. There is still a lot of upgrades that I haven't discovered. There's also a lot of DLC content to get into. They've just recently released a new map, and they're very different characters that have very different abilities and are pretty exciting to play. And some really, really busted builds as well. There is an invincible build right now that you can play. It uses these arcanas that I was talking about and basically abuses certain mechanics very specifically, of locking you. It is also with this character, by the way, of locking you at one of the earlier levels, like level 1 or level 2. And oh my god, I died. I actually died because I walked into the boss. Yeah, this is what happens to this in this game. I mean, it doesn't matter, as you know, as you can see, we aren't really we have a revive as well, so we aren't really on 1 life anyhow. And we're gonna get a good amount of HP. A little bit of an issue is that everything dies before it gets into our circle right now, because everything is very low HP. I've been walking forever, and we reach the skulls. Stone mask. Character earns 10 more gold coins. Get it. Get it. Alright. Well, that's not crazy, but you know, we'll take it. I mean, it works well with what we chose. And it also means that we could get some level upgrades again. If we end up leveling up. I believe. It takes so long for me to level up. That is ridiculous. Yeah, there we go. My god. And yeah, as you can see, we also are kind of breaking the game with having more items than we are supposed to. But that is intended, that is possible, so it's totally fine. And I think at this point we can kind of just slow down and just sit here and talk about... I want to talk about the future of this channel just a little bit. So my current plan is to kind of have pretty much whenever I do some variety stuff, whenever I do some variety gaming, I'm gonna put it over on this channel, and we will have three different kind of projects. We're gonna have the Twitch VODs, where it's going to be like, if I stream, I will probably put out, you know, the videos of certain projects as just like 5-hour, 4-hour streams. There will potentially be some League of Legends, but it's mostly going to be variety gaming content. And then we're going to do the main focus of this, which would be the, you know, just different games, testing out different games and looking through indie games that are available. As yeah, I just love covering indie games and looking at what the gaming industry is up to, especially on the indie game side of things. So we're gonna cover a lot of indie game things. Might end up doing a couple of other things, and we will also do projects of playthroughs. So if you have anything that you want to see right off the bat, just hit me up. I'm currently thinking about Spellforce. I'm thinking about the Dark Souls series. I'm thinking about most of the different like popular series, but also thinking about, you know, a little more minor stuff like Don't Starve and so on and so forth. I kind of have to figure it out. This channel is not going to be the highest priority. I have to be honest with that, even though, you know, that might be discouraging to hear, but I have two channels in which I cast League of Legends, one German, one English one, and I put out pretty much daily videos on there, which means that that is obviously a lot of work already, and then I kind of have to figure out how I can add even more content to this channel. Now, there is going to be weekly uploads for sure, but it is probably not going to be daily. All right, so we're closing in on the end of the game, by the way, and we are at 29 minutes, and you're seeing that we're starting to get swarmed, but nothing gets in the center of our damage zone, and that is kind of what I wanted to showcase about this build. This is why this build is so super good, because it helps beginners just really stay safe in this super scary period of the game, as we are right at the end. We're gonna move around and collect all of the EXP, and there is Reaperman, and Reaperman will find us as he is incredibly strong, and he will just hunt us down. And there we go. So reach level 50 with Porta. We have reached far beyond level 50. That's very cool. And we can see a little bit of a breakdown of our weapons. We can see how much damage the garlic did. Yeah, Lightning Ring and Fire Wand are usually the strongest, but that is... Lightning Ring just is targeted. And you have to understand that everything that gets to us gets destroyed. So, of course, the Lightning Ring is gonna have most damage done. Right? But actually... Oh, wait. This is millions. Wait. Okay, wait. Hold. Labora is actually the thing that did most damage here. Makes sense because we have a lot of area of effect scaling. And what else do we have? Thunderloop. Yeah, that is what I was talking about. And the Soul Eater did okay-ish damage. Wasn't crazy. And the Unholy Vespers also did a lot of damage. So, as you can see, that is the breakdown of the build. And we can now start out on another run. And as we go through the game, we're gonna get a lot of different characters, right? And all of these kind of play different. Concetta, for example, or Conchetta, It gains 1 area every level, which is much, much stronger in the late game, right? You scale much stronger. And also, you have this starting weapon, which deals it's very weird, but deals a lot of damage if you learn how to play it. It's very complicated to play though. So there's a lot of different characters. There's a lot you can do here. And this character, for example, is also more complicated to play. So if you want more difficult gameplay, this is definitely possible, but this game is never going to be a Dark Souls or roguelike. All right, the last project that I wanted to talk about real quick is a roguelike rampage, is what I'm calling it. And it is going to be exactly that. We're going to do a lot of roguelikes, and we will do pretty much just like a series where I do a recording session of 4 hours and then we cut that up and we put it on to the channel. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome.